Red, this is how it's supposed to look. You see that? See how that? You see how it ain't a lot of water coming all up here? If you see something like that, you need to run. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna make collard greens. I know a lot of people use turkey legs, turkey wings, or even some type of other smoked meat. But today I'm gonna use bacon and I'm gonna use ham hock. You need collard greens, not turnip green, not mustard green, but collard green, because you can tell the difference between a collard green and a mustard green or turnip green. Collard green got the tougher skin, and you also can read the label collard green. And then next you're gonna need your meat. A lot of people use smoked turkey legs or turkey wings, but you know what I saw Mama use, she always used salt meat, which you know I do have some in the refrigerator, but I'm not gonna use it in this recipe. But we're gonna use smoked ham hock. Make sure it's smoked, not fresh. If you get the fresh, you need somebody to smoke it for you so you can have the smoked flavor. So next you're gonna need an onion. You can use a yellow onion. I use a white. You can get the red bell peppers and a green bell pepper. So next you're gonna need, you know, your season. You're gonna need the garlic powder, not garlic salt. You need salt. You need black pepper. You need the onion powder, and you also need a little pepper. That's if you like it. You don't have to.
Look like you just about out of pepper, ain't you?
Yeah. And then another you're gonna use. You're not gonna sweeten on greens. You're just gonna use maybe a teaspoon of this. Pretty much, I use chicken powder pretty much to flavor a lot of my food with. Or you can use the chicken broth, or you can use the ham flavor. It's the same thing, either or.
But not both.
Not both. Okay, first thing I do is I take my ham hock. You know, some people just throw the whole ham hock in a pot. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this the skin off. Now, if you wanna skip this part, you can. But this is what I do. And make sure you wash your hand, and make sure you have a sharp knife when you're doing this right here. And what you're doing is you're taking this off, and I'm gonna fry this in a skillet, or put it in a skillet to sear it, to bring out all the oils. Finna get ready and fry the skin part of it. And then I can control how much oil I do have in my collard green. So once you do this, you're gonna put this right here. And then next, you're just gonna cut this up. And like I said, I got to sharpen this knife. That's why I say it's good to have a sharp knife. You're just cutting these in strips pretty much, because you're just gonna fry them. So next thing you're gonna do, once you get that prep right there, then you're gonna come over here and get about 4 slices of bacon. Only thing I'm looking for out of this bacon is the oil. I'm not looking to use this. I'm going to use this towards the end once everything gets finished. Next, we're about to fry this the ham hock, and basically for this is basically finna get ready and get the fat out of it, or as they call it, render the fat. You know. So next, I'm putting this in here, the ham hock, and all the fat that I just cut up, and basically I'm doing this right here. And then you're doing this. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put this bacon in here too. This bacon is probably going to get done quicker, so I'm going to take it out after a while. But this probably going to, I say give it about maybe 10 minutes or so, and it should be ready. If not, 15 minutes. But it's just a step that I like to do. So like I said, if you want to use smoked turkey legs or turkey wings, you can. Like I said, the only thing I'm looking for is to get some of the fat out of it. The oil will pop on you, so you might need to put a little aluminum foil over like this. Sometimes you can put this smashed sparkle thing on it, and you can smash this thing like this so it go ahead and render some of the fat. But if you don't have none, don't worry about it. See what it's doing? This is what it's supposed to look and start, you know, something like this. See that oil coming out? See that? You see how this doing? This is what I'm looking for. See this? Really the purpose for this is to render the fat. Now I'm ready to take this out. I got what I'm looking for. So you see that? So next we're going to take it out and put it in this Dutch oven. So we're going to get ready and cook this down for about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay, next we're going to get ready and add like maybe 4 cups to 6 cups of water. So I'm just going to start out with 2 tablespoons of chicken powder. Because remember, you know, taste it, because, you know, ham hocks might be a little salty, but knowing when I get smoked ham hocks, they're not salty. So right now I'm going to start out with this tablespoon right here first. And then I'm just going to add maybe a tablespoon of garlic powder, don't matter, about a tablespoon, teaspoon, whatever you like to season. And I'm going to get some garlic.
You're gonna season to taste.
Yes. Maybe a teaspoon of this garlic powder. You can use some pepper. You know, it don't matter if it's cracked pepper or pepper that you shake out of can. But really, cracked pepper tastes the best to me. You can use a little red pepper. Now you don't have to use this, but I'm always adding spice to my food. Ever since my mama, she always used spice. If you don't cough, it's not spicy. So we're just gonna use a little bit of that. And then I'm gonna start out with a teaspoon of sugar. Because remember, we don't want no sweet greens. We just cutting the fat. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of it. That's all the sugar I use. And then after that, you're gonna stir it up. You're gonna stir this up. And this is where you can get ready and taste. Okay, you need a little bit more of this chicken broth I'm gonna use. Maybe I'm gonna try it out with a little bit more teaspoon of it.
So remember, if you want your stuff more seasoned, you can put plenty more on there. But this is how you like yours.
Yeah,
everybody
like
different.
I say, always test it first, you know, just to see, you know, if you like, you can add whatever season you like. Okay, next we finna get ready and start on our vegetables. So we finna get ready and cut the bell pepper and onions up. Don't cut your hands. You know, like I said, you don't have to use red or you don't have to use green. You can use either or. Tastes the same, but you know, you can do that if you like. Okay, next we're finna get ready and do the collard green. Right here, I'm gonna go ahead and pick them over here on this side. I'm just getting a garbage bag to put the stems in. So this is how I do my collard greens. You know, I see a lot of people, you know, doing them like this. You know, taking a stem out like this and cut it. To me, you know, I don't do it that way because I really wasn't taught that way. And another thing to me, just take extra time. So what I do is I just go ahead and break mine down like this and do this right here.
Same way, quicker.
Yeah, I just do that right there, do that. And like I said, you don't want to put a lot of stems in your greens. Matter of fact, you don't want to put no stems in your greens because you really don't want to be eating on stems. And you do all greens like this. This is how I do all my greens like this. Turnip, mustard greens, everything like that. So you're doing that over there like that. Greens, make sure you bring them to the sink. Make sure your sink is clean, sanitized with bleach or whatever you use. I like to use bleach. It kills pretty much everything. So make sure your sink is clean. Do this right here. And this is how I do my greens right here. I'm finna get ready to tear my greens with my hands. I'm doing this right here. See that? To me, it's just, you know, breaking a piece instead of having that long strip. And then I'm doing this right here. I'm still washing them as I go. And then I'm gonna put them here. And then I'm gonna come back, once I fill this up, I'm gonna come back and do the same thing again. Okay, next we're gonna triple wash this again. I already triple washed this again. So what we're doing now is we're gonna do the same thing a little bit, but we're just gonna go back through them and just, you know, you ain't really got to just tear them again. But, you know, make sure your leaves are out, the stem. So, you know, just do this right here. And ain't nothing like fresh greens. The bag greens, you know, if you like that, you know, you like it, but I don't like it. Okay, let's check and see how the ham hock's done. I think it's been about an hour and 15 minutes. That looked pretty good there. Let me check to see if it's tender. This is what you want to look for when you do look at your ham hock. Make sure they tender. See that? See how that's coming apart right there? See that? And then if that's not tender enough, they still gonna finish cooking once you put those greens in. See how it's falling apart? Cut it off for now. Now we're gonna come over here and saute our onions, bell pepper, but we're not gonna saute them long. We're just gonna saute them till they get just a tad soft. I'm gonna put a little of this oil in there. You use any oil you want, but you know, just a little oil. So you're gonna do this. You're doing this right here. And while this sauteing a little bit, you're gonna come over here and you're gonna go ahead and take your meat out because we ain't gonna use this just yet. We're gonna put this in towards the end. So you take that out. See how it look right there? That's what you're looking for right there. It's already tender. So like I say, we're just cooking it just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and do this right here. Go ahead, see how this water, see how it started out with like 6 cups of water or above your meat, and see how that cooked down some? Right now I'm gonna pour this in just like that. Set that over there. And then next, I'm gonna get a spoon. And if I were y'all, I would invest in these type of spoons, like plastic spoons or spatulas and stuff. Especially if you got coating on your cookware. So right now, this is time I'm finna just taste my liquid a little bit more. So it done cooked down. It still got, a plenty seasoning in there. That means I don't need to add no more this chicken broth just yet. Only way I might add a little bit more chicken broth, it just depends on those collard greens and the liquid that it put out. So right here, now I'm finna go ahead and add the collard greens. And you're just doing it just like that. And then in a few minutes, I might add a little bit more garlic powder. But I might still add more seasoning as I go. But right now, I feel that I don't need it just yet. See all that liquid is still there because it's still, when you put this in there, some of the water is still coming in there. And these greens gonna shrink down. And you can put, if you go to the Dollar Tree or dollar store, you can buy these old plastic bowls for $1. And you can use this, for this type of stuff here, right here. Sometimes I do put a little more garlic powder or onion powder on it. Just do this. You know, a little pepper if you want some more pepper right quick. And then I'm gonna use a little bit more of this. I'm almost out of it, but I'm gonna use a little bit more. So right now I'm not gonna deal with the chicken broth right now, because I want to see what it's gonna taste like once it's cooked down. Because like I said, you don't want it too salty, because this right here is pretty much sodium. Okay, so let's open it up and see how the greens done whittled down some. See how they're looking? Okay, you turn your eye down some on medium, and these gonna cook about maybe another 40 minutes. But if I were you, I'd check on it. I check on it every 20 minutes just to make sure, because you don't want them just to overcook to be smushy or nothing. Because in 30 minutes, I'm gonna add this meat back to it. I'm gonna get ready and taste my greens. When you taste your greens like this, you can taste the seasoning on those greens, and that's what you want to taste right there. And right now, I'm kind of satisfied with the season, but like I say, in about another 20 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and let this cook. I'm gonna say 15 minutes, let it cook a little bit more, and then after that, I'm gonna taste it again, and that's when I'm gonna add my meat back to it so it can cook another.
It's got a lot of seasoning.
Hey, next we're finna look at our greens. It's been about maybe 20 minutes more. Let's see how tender they are. See how they looking? See that?
Good.
See? So first, like I said, we're gonna taste the broth and see. It's still good. Some people add vinegar to their cabbage or greens or whatever, but I don't add it to mine. So I'm gonna see how tender they are right now. They almost there. So next, what I'm finna do is I'm finna add this in right here. I'm adding this back in, because remember we cooked this in the beginning about an hour and a half, and this is fully done. See that meat coming loose? It's done. This is done, tender. So we're adding this back in. See how that look right there? So now we're adding this fat back in here. All this fat, see how easy it come apart? This is done. And this right here adds flavor to it. See that? So you don't have to eat the fat. You can pick this out, but like I say, this is really solely put here like this is for the flavoring. And like I said, this is really, really good, you know, to eat with your greens. And then next, you remember that bacon fat that I had reserved? So right now, I'm pour a little of this in here. And then you remember I told you that, and this is when I crank up the eye, because I know my greens are done. This is when I turn my eye on high. And another thing is, I don't like a lot of liquid, just too. I like liquid, but not just where the greens are swimming. This is a pretty good, this pretty good right here. But what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna show you, if you have too much liquid in your greens or whatever, all you have to do is just do this right here. Don't pour it in the sink, because you might have to add it back. So what you're doing is, you're gonna take a little bit of it out. See that? See what I'm doing? You're taking a little bit of it out. Because like I say, you don't want your greens swimming around. Taste this like this. And you can taste the seasoning in the green like that, you know, besides tasting it in the broth. You see how I got that up high? And I'm just trying to get a little of this liquid out like this. See that? Yeah. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. They done cooled down. The collard green is pretty much ready. So this is the final product. So this is how I like my collard greens to look, just like this. It don't have a lot of liquid, or it's not swimming in a lot of liquid. And that was the key, is when I told you to drain some liquid out and then turn that eye up high to kind of draw some of the liquid down.
They looking restaurant ready.
Restaurant. You know, restaurants never got nothing like this. Come in, do that right there. You see what I'm doing? And like I say, if you like fat, which I say this is pretty good to go with it, but now you don't have to have that. And like I say, it's for the flavor, but it's also good. If you like a little onions, you can, normally this is how I like to eat mine. Sprinkle a little onions like this, get a little bacon right here to put on top. And then if you like chow chow or yeah, but this or pickle relish. Right now these are pickle relish. When I was growing up, we ate pickle relish or chow chow with it. And this is homemade pickle relish, but I'm just gonna sit it there. But this is how it look right here. You can just, you know, put that on the side like this if you like it. If you don't, you don't have to have it. I don't know about you, I can't eat my greens without a piece of cornbread. Got to have cornbread. And you just lay it on the side, and that's the final product.
Oh, that's looking good. What'd you say? Can't
beat this with a stick. Can't beat this with a stick. I like to use Crystal.
Crystal? Crystal? What kind
I got Frank hot sauce and Louisiana hot sauce in there too, but I like this one for mine. Can't beat this with a stick. And like I say, cornbread, you know, this the proper way to eat it. But normally we don't eat it like that. We eat cornbread with our hands. Thank you for watching my video today. I love to cook for my family and friends, and now I like to cook for you all too. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment on my video, and let me know what do you want me to cook next.